Toronto.
Toronto. Nice, nice, nice.
Yes.
Okay, how did you find out about Infinite Modesty Design?
Well, I find it YouTube, like YouTube.
Oh,
I find a lot of things on YouTube.
okay. Very nice. I'm excited to have you here because I always see your message, always reply, or you and I would reply, but we never get the opportunity to actually meet. So thanks for joining me today. All right. I am actually trying to see if I could share this live on my Facebook page. Yeah, I'm just going to go live on my Facebook page. All right, there you go. Because I usually use StreamGuard, but sometimes StreamGuard never really show my face clear or even show anything what I'm doing. I would see it muffled. So I had another screen to check to see how it was looking, and I didn't like it. So that's the reason for the technical issue here. Okay, so I'm just gonna go generally. So for those who joining me on Instagram, thank you for joining me. On my Facebook page, thank you for joining me. Again, my name is Jolise. Thank you. Sorry for the technical difficulty earlier, but I'm grateful to have everyone who's watching me live. I may not be able to see anyone comment. I may have to pretty much go back and forth to see if anyone is making any comment itself. Unfortunately, I'm not able to go live in my group. The next time, I promise I will try my best to go live within the Facebook group itself. So this was just a touch and go live for tonight. And I actually celebrating the new look of my website, which I'm very, very grateful for. I don't know if you happen to see the new look of my website, Claudia, but I'm going to share it here. I had someone who made the website for me some time back. And are you guys seeing my share screen? Yeah?
Yeah.
Everyone is seeing my share screen? Okay, good. So I'm just going to put, so only those on Zoom could see the share screen, but I'm going to eventually share this live again. So this is the new look of my website, which I'm very, very excited for. I think this is the third time I changed the look of my website, and I'm very pleased with this because I do have a lot of intention to move a little bit. You know, everyone want to go a little bit higher in whatever, right? As we grow, we get older, we get wiser, and so on and so forth. So one of the things I wanted to do was to change the look of my website and do more stuff. And as we go along, I guess it would populate of what next I will do. But for those who on Zoom, you guys are familiar with my old website. I think Linda Duff, you have been on my website a couple of times. Yeah?
Yes.
Yes. So how do you like the look of my new website? Claudia, how do you like the look of my new website?
It's okay. It's good.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. I like that. It's okay. I think I still miss the old one, but at the end of the day, I'll get accustomed with the new one. So the guy, he had finished doing the website for me a couple of months ago. No, sorry, maybe a couple of weeks ago. But I said, let me take some time to kind of sink it in. But I pretty much embrace the new look of my website, and I want to talk and celebrate the new look in general. And of course, that would be a new advancement, of course, in business in general. All right, so Linda, how where are you in sewing? Because I know you have sent me a couple of messages. Let me know a little bit about you and your sewing journey. Just a little bit, nothing much.
Well, I used to sew I haven't been sewing for a long time. Like I do it every so often.
Mm-hmm. Okay. What do you sew before? What have you sewn before?
I've sewn tops and dresses.
Okay. Very nice. And have you sewed with a pattern or without the pattern, or how have you sewn the top on the dresses?
With the pattern.
With a pattern. Fantastic. Awesome. All right. So you would say you're more like an intermediate sewer, is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah, so that's fantastic. Well, again, I would continue saying I'm very happy to see you finally because I always get your message in general. Okay, so I'm going to stop the screen. So like I mentioned here, I really like the new look of my website. I've launched it today and I'm grateful for that. So one of the other things I want to emphasize as well, in addition to that, I also start the link for the registration for my tote bag making event. So the tote bag making event, and anyone, if you want to join me on Zoom, I'll just say the number here. If you usually get emails from me, you could actually log onto your email. The link is there in the email. I know I did had a link on Facebook, but I had to scrap that because of the platform is not working as I wanted to. But if anyone want to join me on Zoom, you are more than welcome to join me on Zoom. And for those who say hi on Instagram, sorry, thank you so much. I think I'm not sure who is this here, but thank you for whoever waved me on Instagram. Thank you guys so much. I promise I'll try to do more live, because if I do more live, people will get to know more about me and join the Zoom or join my question and answers more regularly. Let's say it like that. But guys, I want to talk about my tote bag event. I'm going to pull it up here because we have it under our shop, our products, I believe. This is just like if you want to get the supply for the event itself. But I want to stop the screen and talk about the event. So I'm excited to start again the tote bag making event. So for many of you guys who know, I usually be on live before, especially during COVID. It was a beautiful time for me to pretty much come live every week, and it was very, very fun. I met lots and lots and lots of people. One thing about live, it connects you with so many different people from so many different people around the world. From Africa, from Grenada, where I'm from Jamaica, from St. Vincent, from the United States. I have a lot of connection with Claudia here. Have been my online students for from the duration of COVID, I would say. But doing live actually connect, and of course, I hope that as I do more live itself, I will meet more people and I will be grateful. But for everyone who know me, whether I have one person on my live, I will still do it as if I have a whole heap of people on my live, so which is amazing. So one thing here, guys, is with the event. I just want to talk about the event. I do have some of the bags in the back here, so I'm just going to pull one of them here. The tote bag making event is a fantastic event that I believe that anyone who know how to sew the basic, and I'll talk about the basic in a little bit. So anyone who know how to sew the basic, meaning that you know how to thread your machine, you know how to run your bobbin itself, you are equipped to take this event. Now, if you're a beginner, you don't know how to sew at all, and you are in Toronto, sorry, you are in Brampton itself, and you want to come to our in-person class, we already have our in-person class started. It's every Monday, so we don't have any other days available than Monday alone, unfortunately, but still fortunately itself, because I'm grateful for the day. And if you want online class, so we are looking for online class because people keep on messaging me on through my website, when am I starting the online class, or do I have the online class, how many for the online class, and I haven't actually built out a structure for the online classes yet. But if you do not know how to sew at all, I would say definitely you would want to join or just either book a private class with me, or wait until I have an online class in general, or come to our in-studio class in Toronto. But the bag making event, all you need to know is how to thread your sewing machine and how to run the bobbin, because that's one of the key. How to thread your sewing machine and how to run the bobbin, and you'll be able to equip to make this fantastic tote bag. So let me talk about the tote bag. I'm just going to pull another one here as well. Same thing. Whether I pull this one or I pull the other one, it's fantastic. I think I have another pretty color here. I'm just going to pull any one of them. You have your pockets, right? So you would have your pockets. You have the option of having 2 pockets in your tote bag. I'm just going to pull this here. You have your zipper, right? So it's a fully loaded zipper tote bag that you can make for yourself, your friend. You could make for a loved one. You could even make for a gift. Season comes, season go all the time. You have your pocket. So I make the pocket different so you could actually see the pocket in here. You have a pocket on the inside, pocket on the outside. It's fully lined tote bag, zipper straps. So that's pretty much what the event is all about. Many people I see comment and say it's a beautiful tote bag. It is beautiful, and definitely you yourself have the opportunity to make it in our 3 days live event. I mean, if you are someone that is a very quick learner, you could even make it in 2 days with the homework I'll be giving you. But ultimately, 3 days would be the event, and I think it would be a fantastic event for those who want to learn to make a tote bag, or just a refresher in general. All right, so just a refresher in general. It would be for the tote bag. So we don't have a definite date. I know I did put a date like around the 7th of July. I'm hoping to run the tote bag event in July itself. So we'd see how, just at a schedule exact date. And it will be very soon, that people will want to know, okay, when is the event, so I have to plan my time ahead and stuff like that. And stuff like that. Now, another thing again is that you could get the fabric from us. That would be a great way to support us for the event, because we are not charging for the event. We are not charging at all for the event. But what we are doing here, if you want the supplies, because we know you still have to get fabric, you still have to get your interfacing, you still have to get zipper, you still have to get your soap, probably your soap, because we do offer the sewing pattern. We have the sewing pattern on sale. That is a great way to, of course, to help support our business in general. We do have the sewing pattern. We have the sewing pattern as an option to download, right? So again, if you say, no, Julie, I want to come to the event, I don't want to take part in making the bag, you are still welcome on Zoom. But as a support for those who really want to take the event itself and want to make the bag itself, we do have the pattern. The pattern, you have the option to get the pattern directly from our website as part of a package, the sewing kit, or you could even get the package as a standalone. Sorry, you could even get the pattern, not the package. The package as a standalone itself. If you say that, you know what, Julie, I have fabric, I have zipper, I have everything, you could get the sewing pattern, because we are going to be teaching from the sewing pattern. It make life easier for me. I teach you how to put the patterns together. We cut and we sew. Okay. Now, the kit we offer, as I mentioned, the sewing pattern. However, you have the option of my team and I would cut the fabric out for you. So instead of you have to go buy fabric and cut it out and everything and look for everything, we have the option. You have the option of buying the sewing kit itself, and that's directly from our website. And you could actually get the sewing kit by everything will be pre-cut for you. So that means whatever you need, everything you need, the 4 pieces you need for your bag, it will be already cut, just ready to put together. Follow my instruction and sew. So in the sewing kit, for instance, you have the 4 pieces, and you can see the area for the gusset here. You have the 4 pieces. You have the strap. So I'm just gonna pull here. You have the 2 pieces of the straps in general. So you have 2 pieces of the straps. You would get the interfacing. Depends on which interfacing there. One interface that is a little bit more expensive, and there's one that is very reasonable. You have the choice of decide which interface you want itself based on the kit you choose. Or if you have interface at home, you could use it as well. If you decide, you know what, I don't even want interface, your bag would be very light, very flimsy. But again, you know, the goal is that you get the skill. You will get the gusset for the zipper as well for the bag. That would be pre-cut. So all these that I'm showing here would be pre-cut itself. The interface, you would have the interface of choice. I do have an interface there. You would get the 4 pieces here, and then you would get the pockets. So everything will be cut out to size. Let me see if I have a pocket here. I have a little pocket here. It may not be the same color, but you'll be getting the 2-piece for the pocket itself. And you wonder, well, how am I going to make a pocket with that? You will see how simple it is to make the pockets in general. Okay, so I just want to grab some interface here just to show you the 2 different types of interfacing that you have a choice to choose. Let me just grab it here. The 2 different types of interfacing, and then I should have had that prepared. Okay, so I want to talk about the interfacing, and then I'll give everyone the opportunity to, oh, my battery is low. There you go. So we have two different type of interfacing. I think some of you guys who have taken my class would know about interfacing. We have two. This is the very lightweight flimsy interface. You can see my hand through the transparency here. Interfacing, we have one side is a smooth side, one side is a rough side. So that's the option there. This one, I think it's a $5 a yard. But for the bag, you will need about a yard and a half. So I think we sell it for $7 for the yard and a half. And then this one now is the more durable one. This one is a very expensive one. I even went to Fabricland and I saw the price. I was like, wow. So this is the one. It's very expensive actually if you had to buy it wholesale as well as even retail. So this is the more durable one. This is the one I make for most of the bags. You see the bags is very heavy itself. So that is the two types of interface you have as a choice itself. So regardless of what, and then of course we have various different patterns. We have so many different patterns to choose from. All of them is actually on our website for those who want to take the event. So I know we still have a lot of time for the event. I see someone else is coming in. I'm just going to enter them in. We still have a lot of time for the event. I will do more live, try to connect more. And if anyone sign up for the event, you will get follow-up emails. If you have not received my email, you will definitely just, send me a text, message me, let me know that, or, send me a message to my website that you haven't received any email for the event itself. So that's one of the great things I'm excited about, the new launch of my website. I'm hoping to see how it works because someone called me today and they wasn't able to pay for one of the class for some reason. So I know I may get some technical issue here and there with the new website, but all the same, I'm grateful for the new look because there's so many plans I have ahead as we go along by the grace of God. And then the next thing I'm excited about is the event because I haven't been doing much things again online. So the event is a big accomplishment for me. And I'm hoping to see many people on the event. Again, the event is free. All we require is to get the sewing pattern from us, and you could get, of course, the sewing supply, which would support us in general. Fantastic. All right. I don't know if anyone, so I see Akayu is trying to connect here. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for joining me. So for those who was support, the next time I may do the live, guys, is in the Facebook group. I do apologize for the technical difficulty. I wanted my my whole live to look very clear, so I'm hoping it's clear this time. The platform I was using, it doesn't help me out a bit, so I'm hoping that today it come out clear and I could repost the live in general. All right. I don't know if anyone have any question to ask me in general about anything. It doesn't have to be about the event. Just any burning question you ever had and you want to ask me. You have the opportunity to stop me and say, Jaleese, can I ask you a question? That would be great. Because I have some question for everyone. So I won't be able to see if anyone answered in the Facebook group. But if you're watching me from Facebook, guys, I would answer some question. Answer in the comment section. I will definitely look it up and reply after the live, okay? Just in case. So anyone have any question at all? Any concern? Thank you so much for joining me. I'm not sure. Is Akayu? Okay, Akayu, fantastic. Thank you for joining me, Akayu. How are you today? Where are you joining me from? Okay, are you hearing me? All right.
I guess you. Just for the sake of the new people, the second interface you mentioned, this is the one to stitch on, or is this one have the sticky part too?
That's a great question. I'm happy you asked that question. So so just to emphasize what she's asking is, for some of the interfacing in general, some of them have adhesive on it. They have this glue on it that could actually stick on the fabric. Like for instance with this one here, right? So this, I already have interface iron on, so it adhesive, it stick on. So the question she's asking now, is it to stick on either one of them, or is it to sew on? Because some interface doesn't require you cannot iron it. You actually have to sew it on. So that's a great question. So in this case, the both of them is adhesive. So the both of them you could iron it on your projects itself. So this is a nice fleece side. It's very nice and soft. And this, if you run your hand through it, it's a little bit rough. So then that's where the glue is, and you get your iron hot, really, really hot, and then you iron it itself on your back piece, on your project, on your whatever the case you're doing, and it gives your bag more stability, more durability. So this one as well as this one, the lightweight one, both of them does have adhesive to stick on as well. So great question there. And let me just, as you ask that question as well, I just want to show you, this is the one, we made this bag with lightweight interfacing. So this is the lightweight interface it was made with, right? So this is the very, very one, and it's very lightweight. If you're here to finish, you will see the difference. It's very, very, very light, because I wanted to see the difference to kind of show anyone. Let's say, for instance, I'm selling this bag, for instance, guys. Let's say I'm selling this 2 bags, right? I will sell this one more expensive because the interface for this one is roughly about 25 bucks for the interface here. The interface for this one is like $5. So I would add the price for my interface within this one. Let's say I'm saying this, I'm just giving a rough estimate here. This is not for the bag. Let's say I'm selling this for 100 bucks. Again, I'm just giving a rough estimate, so no one don't take me to say, oh my goodness, no. I'm only giving a rough estimate. Let's say I'm selling 100 bucks. It's because of the interface I have in this. That's why I'm selling it so expensive. Let's say I'm selling this one for 50 bucks. It will say, okay, Julie, they're both the same. Why are you selling one more expensive than the other? That's the little secret there. One of them have durable interface, is more heavier. One of them is very light. It's only maybe $7 a yard for or a yard and a half for this interface. So I can sell it for cheaper because I use cheaper fabric, I would say, or cheaper material to make this bag compared to this one itself. And it's the same thing again. Let's say, for instance, I buy this fabric for cheaper and this one for more expensive. So all those would go into, of course, how you would price your item. Just to kind of show off right there itself. So thanks for that question. So any other question is warmly welcome. I'll be grateful for any other question. And then for my last guest who come in, if you could kindly let us know where you're connecting with us from, and that would be Akua. That would be fantastic. Just let us know where you're connecting up with us from. It would be great just to know in general who is joining us today. So something I like to say here, guys, because I'm so excited about sewing. For those who may have been to my website, may know I do have a profession. My profession is in nursing, so I'm a registered practical nurse. But my love and my hunger is in the area of sewing and fashion. I love sewing. I love teaching sewing. So even though I am at work or whatever I'm doing, my heart is into this. It's to meeting people, it's to connecting with people, it's to sew something, it's to make something for my children, it's to something, and eventually my husband is also on board with me. We teach classes in Brampton, which is one of my greatest passion, is to teach. Now, just to let you guys know again, maybe you guys hear this story many times. In 2018, I opened the studio and we had 19 students, and it was a great joy to me. One of my biggest accomplishments, I would say, is teaching online with COVID. That's something I'm so proud and excited about, is teaching online through COVID. Sometimes people ask me, you know what, Julius, did you make this? Or Julius, can you make, like someone asked me, they saw this bag. Well, it was this one yesterday. After me and my husband teach class, and the lady saw this bag and she was like, oh, did you make this bag? I said, you need to come to this class and learn to make this bag. That's all I tell her, you know. And I said, this is a very simple bag to make, very simple. And guys, the reason why I'm saying that, by the grace of God, I'm not boasting. People who know me know I don't have time to boast. I don't even have time to brag. I don't have time for that. It's only the grace of God. Because when COVID came, and I love sewing so much, I didn't know what to do. I started doing live, I started doing this. Then eventually people start like I would have live now, and the live would be full, or the Zoom would be full. And then eventually I teach my, skirt making class. People take the class online. I did bag making class. People come to the class online. I did lots of free classes online. People would join. Eventually I pitched my advanced dressmaking academy to make this dress in the back of me. And people join and pay online. People who was beginner, never knew how to sew, saw me online, buy a sewing machine and follow me. And today people would ask me, how do you teach online? And I keep on asking myself, because before I didn't even know how to teach online. I was like, how do I teach online? But COVID really that was a big accomplishment for me, because COVID really opened my eyes and showed me, you know what, you could do, the Bible says in the book of Proverbs 4:13, it says, I can do all things through Christ who strengtheneth me. And the Bible cannot lie. That's one thing I know for sure. For those who don't know me, by the grace of God, I'm a faith believer, very strong in my faith. So something you would always hear me talk about my faith as well. And that was a big accomplishment to me to teach online. So I am just saying that in general, because for those who say, you know what, Julius, I cannot learn online. I'm not promoting any online here. It's just the event. The event is there. If you have a sewing machine, you know how to thread the machine, you know how to run the bobbin, you could definitely join our online bag making event. This is very, very simple to learn, to be honest with you guys. And with my steps by step, you'll be able to make a tote bag online like that. If I could teach an 8 years old online how to sew, a beginner, her mom had called me, buy a sewing machine. She was even scared. I think I had three online students actually. The mom buy the sewing machine, join me, and eventually know how to sew online. You and I, it's like a breeze to learn to sew. People ask me that all the time. How do you teach online? So thank you so much for someone had joined and say they're from Okay, so you have to pronounce your name for me, but it's Akua. Thank you so much for joining me, and you are in Brampton. Fantastic. I think someone else was online, but they dropped. No problem at all. So any other question, guys? I'm just talking. Any other question? Any other concern? Linda, did you have any question to ask me? I know you always message me. Anything at all you want to ask me, dear? Anything at all?
Do you sell fabric?
If I sell fabric, yes, I do sell fabric. Right now, I just sell pre-cut fabric for the event, but it's more woven fabric I sell. I don't sell stretch fabric. It's more woven printed fabric I sell. So I'm not sure if exactly what fabric you may be looking for. Did you have a particular fabric in mind?
Not really.
Not really. Yeah. Okay. So as mentioned, when I by changing my website around, I will be posting fabric itself on the website. But for now, for the event, I sell pre-cut fabric. So that means I pre-cut it for you according to the bag. But as we go along in a couple months, yes, I'll be posting the fabric online itself. So the answer to that is yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thanks for the question. Thank you, my darling, for the question. All right, so everyone here now, I just want to ask a few things just to make it a little bit interactive for us. And sorry, guys, I know sometimes I have a tendency of talking very fast. So I have to try to tell myself, you know what, talk slow, don't talk too fast. So if I'm talking too fast, don't afraid to say, Julie, you're talking too fast. I don't get embarrassed when people correct me. I actually take it as a positive. So if I'm talking too fast, just let me know. So, as a beginner, I'm just going to ask a general question. Anyone could participate. You could make it, you could do a comment if you want, or you could speak out. And if you're on Facebook instead of watching me, or if you're watching the replay, you could always make a comment in the bottom. As a beginner, what are some of the questions you may want to ask a beginner, for instance? So the person is a beginner. Like, for instance, people call me up almost every day or every other day and say, Jalish, you know what? I'm a beginner. What do I need? Or how do I prepare myself? Tell me some of the questions you would ask a beginner. Anyone. What is some of the questions you would ask a beginner who want to learn to sew and she have no idea where to start? So any answer is a valid answer. And if you don't know, it's okay to say I don't know, but it's okay to try as well. Does everyone understand the question? Hopefully everyone understand the question. So what do you think about some question you may ask a beginner? Anyone? Thank you for joining me. For those who are joining me on...
If they have ever sewn before.
If they ever sewn before? Fantastic. Actually, that's the first question I have on my list here. So have you ever sewn before? Okay, fantastic. And if yes, what would be your next question possibly? Possibly... what would be what other question you could ask them? So that is a great question. Anyone have any other question they might ask a beginner? Anything?
Ask them if they have a machine, if they ever shred a machine and stuff like that.
Absolutely. Yep. That's very, very valid. So do you have a machine? Have you ever tried a sewing machine? Have you ever even touched a sewing machine before? Because some people say, Julie, I never even touched a sewing machine before. And I say you are in the right place. Absolutely. So some of the questions you would ask, if yes, do you have a sewing machine or a needle and even thread? Because when I had my first event online, I always talk about Hillary. She was one of the students. Even today, I think I was watching the very first event. I had the questioning. I remember I had her email address. Oh, she's even online. Hello, my darling. Thank you for joining me. I remember I asked, do you have needle and thread? That was one of the question I asked. I'm like, if you have needle and thread, you could join the very first event I had. Sorry guys, during COVID itself. If no, is that, are you ready to learn to sew? Because some people are going to come and say, you know what, I want to learn to sew. I don't have this, I don't have that, which is okay. Not everyone is ready to learn to sew. Some people may have the passion to want to sew, right? But have the passion but don't have the desire to continue. Because I have many people who start my class, even online, start the class and they say, you know what, sewing is not for me in general. So you must have a passion, that's one, but you must have a driving force that drive you to to actually execute what you really want. And that's one of the things I notice as let me just put it in myself. That's one of the things I notice. Sometimes we have a passion, I have a passion to do this or to do that, but I don't have someone pushing me up to that level to get to that level. So that's another thing I noticed as well. So thank you, Hillary, for joining me. Thank you, Valerie, for joining me. Thank you guys so much for joining me. If anyone have any question or if anyone want to say anything, hi, anyone want to say anything, you are more than welcome to just interrupt me and say something. Valerie, is that you here? Is that my Valerie that used to connect with me on my beginners class? Or just clarifying, because there's a lot of Valerie. Just want to know if it's you. If it's you, you could say yes. If not, that's okay. You could just simply say hi. That would work as well. All right. Now, many people have asked me, what is the right sewing machine to buy? I don't really have a definite question to buy this sewing machine, buy that sewing machine, because every sewing machine has its pros and its cons. We all agree, right? Everyone has its so yes, it's me. Nice to meet you. Thanks for joining me, my darling. Long time I haven't seen you, so thank you for joining me. I'm so grateful that you're on. Yeah, I'm so grateful that you're on here today. How are you?
Thank you. I'm doing fine.
That's good. Fine. That's very, very good. Yeah. Awesome. So I remember her very well because she was the last beginners class I had. She was on there, and yeah. So let's just leave it like that. I'm very happy to have you on today. Thank you for joining me tonight. So if anyone have any question or comment, I always want to talk about, I talked about earlier the launch of my new website. I think I had showed it earlier to everyone. I'm just going to show it again. I'm excited about the launch of my new website. So that was one of my things. It's asking me if I want to stop. No, I don't want to stop anything. That was one of my, so someone have me, if you could mute me on, I'm hearing myself. Just the launch of my new look website, I wanted to just be too grateful to God for helping me to do. I think this is my third time I'm transitioning my website, which is fantastic. And the other thing I wanted to talk about, of course, is my sewing event, which I talk about. And of course,
Julie?
Yes, dear.
Can you share the link to the website so we can share it on our page, Facebook pages and stuff like that again?
Yeah. So.
All right. When you get the chance.
Yes, I would do so and continue. I will share it in the group here. I don't know if you copy and paste though. I'm not sure. But in general, I'll definitely share it again. I'll always share it again. Thank you for that, Hillary. Yeah, so the new look of my website, which I'm excited about, because again, like I said, it's the third time I think I changed around my website. And I have an aim for doing that, to go a little bit deeper than just sewing classes, which sewing classes is fantastic, but to bring more products and stuff as we go along. So one of the next excitement was the tote bag making event. I think Hillary, you did make a tote bag years ago with me. Now we actually doing it a little bit different. I do have the pattern itself, and anyone that have the opportunity.
All of them.
Huh?
I still have all of them.
You have all the you have all the patterns, or you have all the what? What do you have all the?
All my bags that I made.
All the bags that you make.
Even my needle and thread skirt.
Even your needle and thread skirt, exactly. There you go. So this is Hillary. Let me just put you on bold here. So this is Hillary, the person who have been with me from I said my longest online reading students from day one. I remember you. I could never forget you, trust me. Because those times when you come on board, I was nervous. Like, I don't know, I was really, really nervous to do my first live. And she was one of the live. And she's still here with me and continue by the grace of God. There you go. There you go. Awesome, awesome. So yes, guys. So I am going to hold on. Let me just pin myself here. Still technical. Still learning Zoom, because Zoom always have new features all the time. Okay. So yeah. So the talk about making event, which I mentioned earlier. You would have, just to recap, so you would have the opportunity to get the sewing pattern if you don't have the sewing pattern. You would have, if you don't have fabric, everyone would require a sewing pattern if you want to take part in the event, but that doesn't mean that you're limited, that you cannot join the Zoom when the day of the event. We do have pick up fabric, as I mentioned earlier. If you have fabric, of course, you could use your own fabric, and then we have interfaces. I mentioned the different types of interface in general. Again, as we go along, we're almost done here because one of my phone died on me. One of the thing here, we do need as a beginner. I always like to promote beginner because I like to take beginner and hold their hand to be advanced, or hold their hand to be intermediate to advanced, or at least they can make clothes for themselves and probably for others as we go along. So as a beginner, do you know how to read your, do you know how to thread your sewing machine? If not, then that would be where I would teach them. If you have a sewing machine, of course, what brand? So I was mentioning, people ask me, what brand of sewing machine you use. It's not necessarily, like everyone have the different opinion, but one of the brand I really do promote is the Singer Heavy Duty Sewing Machine. And I usually have links in my email for those who are interested in maybe buying a sewing machine itself. I wouldn't say that it's the best, but I have been using it since 2018 and it have never really failed me. I mean, yes, it has its pros and cons, don't get me wrong. I have issue with one or two, but for the majority itself, it have been very, very good to me. So it was one of the sewing machine that I promote big time itself. So Valerie, you were saying something?
No, I'm sorry.
That's okay. No problem. No problem at all. Yes, guys. So anyway, I have one question to ask. Maybe two, and then we'll wrap up. So if anyone have any other question, then we will wrap. I talk about interfacing. So for those who hear the word interfacing, know what interfacing is. Hillary, if you want to show any of your stuff, I will put you on pin. Just let me know. We'll do that in a little bit. I see you have stuff. I can't see it clear, but if you want to show any of your nice, because I see the skirt. so I'll pin you in a bit, okay?
I just picked up my needle and thread. I just found I just packed it away.
You just packed it away. Okay, hold on. Let me just pin you.
No, seriously. Here's the thing. I still have it.
Hold on. I'm seeing you. I'm not seeing you that clear. Let me remove myself and put you. Okay, yeah. So I think I have you on bowl now. So go ahead. You just tell us what's going on here.
No, we're not seeing her.
No, we're not seeing you clear. I don't know what happened though. Okay, yeah. I'm seeing you a little bit clear now. Oh, I think you have background thing. That's why. But anyway, I seen you. Yes. Okay, I seen you now.
When you hold it up, it's not clear.
Yeah, like now it's clear. Now it's clear. Now it's clear.
I'm trying to put it halfway to my neck now.
Right. Yeah, it's fine now. Yeah.
Right there.
It's fine there.
Yeah,
right.
This is my very, very, very first project.
There you go.
I sew until my fingers felt numb. But look at me now.
Tell me about it. Look at her now. Absolutely. Yeah. And let me just emphasize, how did you sew until your finger? Why did you sew until? Tell them, explain to them. Because you did it with what?
It's a longer process than having than if you had a sewing machine. It's a longer process, so that's why it takes much more effort to get it done this way than if you have a sewing machine.
Absolutely. So the point was
Did
ahead.
she hand sew that?
Yeah, needle and thread.
Okay.
It was maybe 2 to 3 months later I got a machine, but everything in between was needle and thread.
Needle and thread. So Valerie, what you
making face mask out of just needle and thread.
So yes, I made a dress. I did finish a dress, but I don't have it right now. I'm kind of sitting back.
It's
And
okay.
it's kind of packed away because I hadn't been doing anything for a while.
Yeah, I know.
But when maybe the next time I'll show you the dress. I was very proud of that.
Okay. I'm excited about that.
Yes.
Good. So thank you for that, for sharing, Valerie. No problem. And anyone, if you because I know Claudia, you have lots of stuff, and even Linda too. Anything you have, whether you saw it with me or you didn't saw it with me, Akua, if you had, I don't know what's wrong with my throat. If you had sewn before, anything you saw, you could actually bring it with me. But let me go back on Hillary just briefly in general. What she was trying to say, as I mentioned with my very first online event, I said, do you have a sewing machine? Yes or no? If you have needle and thread, come on the event. And that's how Hillary started. Didn't even have a sewing machine, but had what? Needle and thread. And with needle and thread, as she was showing the beautiful skirt that she made, and she said it was a longer process because, of course, it was needle and thread. And then a couple months after, she buy a sewing machine. So again, just in general, anything is possible. As the Bible says, you can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. And the Bible never lies. That's a guarantee. And of course, Hillary is a proven, because Hillary have been with me. One of my very first, I always talk about her. And if you listen to my live or been following me, you would know I don't have any favoritism for my students. It's just that I talk about her because she have been with me for the longest in general. So thank you for showing this.
I started needle and thread too.
So I was promoting the very first.
No, I'm just saying I started needle and thread. I did my first class. We've been there. Yeah, I've been there. We have stories.
Okay, my darling. So yeah, so Claudia, so next time, because you always doing with me. Next time, make sure you prepare whatever you did with needle and thread. I even remember, Claudia, the first time was the face mask, and you couldn't figure out which is which.
Yes, I have my face mask. I have it. To be honest, I have it in the car. I always have it in the car with me because that's my first mask. I said enough. That was away. I'm throwing it nothing.
Exactly. So next time, you're definitely gonna bring your first face mask that you made with needle and thread. Fantastic. All right. So I have a couple things here. I don't know what's wrong with my throat, but anyway, I just want to ask one question here, and then we'll wrap because I gotta go take care of my kids. I want someone to just explain, or you could just explain one. Another person could explain another one. Another person could explain the last one, and then we kind of come to a beautiful halt, and we're gonna wrap itself. So I want someone to explain what is interfacing, purpose of the interfacing, what is facing, what do you understand by the term facing, and what is lining, what do you understand by the term lining. Again, for those who are watching the replay, you could definitely answer the question. I will definitely check the comment or wherever you put it, wherever this replay is shown in general. So I would like someone to answer. You don't have to answer all the three. If no one else could answer, then at least you have the full opportunity. So first, what is facing? What is interfacing? So that was the first question. Interfacing, what it is, maybe what is it used for? Anything you can say about it. Facing, what do you understand about the term facing? What do you understand about the term lining? So that's the question I have here for us today. So who want to go first? Who want to tackle anyone?
Interfacing, it's almost like another fabric per se, that it can be added to your garment to give structure. It can be used almost like as a lining, or it can be ironed on to, as some persons will probably say, make it stiff or hardened. But it's just there in place to give your garment structure, make it stand out a little more.
Fantastic. So well said, well said. This is how I explained with the bag. I explained a different type of interfacing when I showed you guys earlier in the earlier part of this video. So well said, as Hillary Rabin said. So there's no need to add on to that. You could iron it on. Also, as Claudia had mentioned, there's sew on as well. So that, or there's even someone you could just place it on, and that would work as well. So well said. All right. So the other one is facing. So anyone can give me an answer what is facing? Or what do you understand about facing? Anything you understand? So if no one cannot answer, and Hillary, you want to answer again, you are more than welcome. So facing. And my computer is going down, so I need answer fast. So we could.
Facing is something that you use in the neckline to make it look professional, I think. Yeah, it makes, we use in the neckline, right? The neckline, it makes it look professional. It makes it look neat. It makes it look like nice. It enhances the whatever you're making, a blouse or a dress.
Well said.
A collar.
Absolutely. Well said. So yes, so it's not just the neckline. You could use it for waistline. You could use it for your sleeves. You can use it different way, but it gives your finished garment a clean look. So it clean the neckline, make it look more professional, make it look, and of course it's also inside. So and it also helps to ensure, because there are certain things you have to do to the facing to make sure it stay inside and it doesn't roll on the outside to make the garment look very professional. So yes, that was well said. Lining. Lastly, anyone can tell me what they know about lining? So we talk about interfacing, we talk about facing. What do we know about lining? Anything about lining? Anything?
I think it gives lining is like if you have like a thin material, you could make the lining to, well, when you line your clothes, it makes it lie down on you nicely. It doesn't make any like pop or pull up your, sometimes you have a dress, it's not lined, and then you sit down and it just roll up or it stick up on you or whatever. But when you have lining, it keeps the dress really nice and full form.
Okay.
It make it look elegant.
So pretty much, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, pretty much like with lining, you could line your clothes. It could go full, you could go half, it could go anywhere you want it to. But it's really make your clothes look nice.
There you go.
And it make it look stand up nice. Depends on what you make. It's like the one behind you there. This one behind you have lining at the part there, so you see it make it look, it bring up the clothes. I don't know.
Okay, well said. So well said, of course. So the same thing would be said about facing to clean the neckline as well. Is the undergarment, of course. It gives your garment, as you said, Claudia. So everything you said was fine. It gives your garment structure. It's not just in your clothing, for bags, for purses, for hats, for projects. So there's a lot of things we use lining as well. Once you have a top layer, like for instance the bag I mentioned, so the bag has lining itself. It gives your give you an inner clean finish. So you have lining, make your inside look very nice and tailored. So we have this is fabric. That's the outside of the bag, and we have the same fabric inside. But the name of it inside is called lining itself. Yeah, so lining gives structure, lining gives durability, it makes your garment stand out. Interfacing give your garment even more structure. Like I could have a garment Like same thing with this. I have lining. I also have interfacing in this bag, and again I have interfacing in this bag. But if you feel the difference of the bag, you would see the difference based on the lining on the inside. Sorry, based on the interfacing on the inside. So all of them have the whatever you guys says is right. Give it structured, clean it out, make it look nice, professional, durable, and so on and so forth. Fantastic. All right, guys. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna try my best to have lots more live. I want to thank everyone here for coming on board with me. It was a pleasure to connect again with Valerie, Hillary, Linda, Claudia, and I think Akira. I think I'm not sure if she's still here, but it was a pleasure to connect with everyone here tonight. I am so grateful. I am planning, because sometimes my time does get so crazy busy. I push myself and say, you know what, I have to do a live tonight because I haven't done a live in a long time, and I want to connect as usual again. And I know the more I do live, is the more people come on, the more we connect, the more we chat. And trust me, you who know me know I love to connect with sewing people. So there you go. Fantastic. So the next time, I don't know when we're going to connect, but hopefully by the grace of God, the next time we connect, everyone could bring something that they make that will encourage each other, something that you make, something that you sew long time ago, like Hillary, or recently, or whatever the case may be, and we could just showcase it as well. Again, for those who want to take the event, I want to support me buying the fabric. If you have fabric, fantastic. Interface, fantastic. You do have the opportunity to get a sewing kit. However, you do have to get this sewing pattern. You could get a sewing pattern as a standalone if you don't want any of the sewing kit. And the event would be in July. I'll talk more about it in my live as we go along as well. So guys, I would have to say ta-ta. I have only 7% on my laptop. So I'm just bracing myself here to make sure that Zoom doesn't close down on me. So thank you guys so much for joining me tonight. And just remember, Jesus Christ loves every one of you. No one is limited for his love. One of the goals I always say is to get to know him personally, not just merely, but personally, as our personal Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Thank you guys so much. Love you guys as my sewing buddies. We
missed the live, man. We missed the live.
I know you've been telling me that. I know. I'll try, by the grace of God, I'll try my best to do as much. Okay, guys. Bye. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a nice evening. Until we see again.
Yeah.
Bye.
Okay.